q13. Yeah, we're doing the minus b formula. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, our a value, Sharia?
A value is 1.
B value?
Minus 8.
Minus b value?
8.
C value?
4. Minus 4.
Minus 4, okay. Put it in. You're going to get 8 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is?
Minus 8 squared.
Yeah. Sorry, minus 8 squared minus 4 times?
Minus 4.
Times a times c. All divided by? Times 1. Okay. You get your calculator out. Press the fraction button. You go for 8 plus square root minus 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 4 all over 2 times 1. 4 plus 2 root 5.
Yeah, I got that. I literally looked at the same answer, but I was just not sure because it was kind of weird because the 2 root 5 up there and just
Yeah, no, it's grand. We all good? Okay. Yes. We're still doing the minus b formula. Okay. Now. Okay. Now. Next one. Can everybody do question 16 now? Practice. Now, Charlie, first thing you do is you write down your formula, okay? Now, see this form here? That just means it wants it in third form. It doesn't want you to change it to decimals. So on the last question, we're going to press this button here. See that button there? My cursor's hanging over? Oh, sorry. You see the button here that my cursor's hanging over? You press that button, you can change into decimals if you want. But this question doesn't want it in decimals because it's presented like this, okay? So you have your formula like so. And then all you do is you'd make a list. Whatever comes in front of the x squared is a. Whatever comes in front of the x is b. And this means minus b will be plus 4. And whatever comes last is the c value. And all you got to do now is just slot all the numbers in. So you're going to end up with 4 plus or minus square root of minus 4 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times 1. You got to write that down to full marks, okay? Then you go to your calculator, enter it in, start off with the plus usually. Now, your answer would be 2 plus 2 root 3. The other trick we learned, Charlie, as well, is that it's always the negative is the other answer. So it'll be 2 minus 2 root 3. But if you aren't sure, you could always just press the right button and change it into a minus. And you get it that way as well. Yes? In an exam you would. I think for homework now at this stage you don't have to anymore. But in an exam you write down the formula every time. Yes?
You get 4 marks in the exam, we write down minus 16 squared over 2 instead of minus 4 squared 2 bracket 1.
What are you trying to do?
If you just instead of writing minus 4 squared.
Just write down 16.
16 squared.
Not 16 squared, 16.
No, 16, right, and then 2 over, just 2 instead of 2 bracket 1.
Here?
No, the bottom.
Just 2, yeah. You streamlining? Yeah. I do that myself, but when I'm teaching I don't. Because I want to make sure everybody knows exactly what's going where. And it's not always guaranteed to be 2 times 1, John.
Yeah.
If that's a 2x squared, it'll be 2 times 2, so be careful with that. Now, Isaac. Have a calculator, Isaac. Moving on. Now, 18 guys, okay? 18 You don't need to, stop for a second, stop. Don't know what you're doing yet. Alright. If you had something like this, back in the day, alright, and I said one of the answers is 3, how would you show that 3 is in fact one of these answers?
You do that.
You could do it out, but that's not what we usually do. When you see verify, we do something else. You sub it in. You sub it back in, and then what should happen? It should balance back out again, and you end up with 0 equals 0. This question is no different. So what I'd like you guys to do for question 18, and you won't need your calculator for this one, is I'd like you guys to substitute in where you see x, replace it with minus 2 plus root 5. Everybody got it? Off you go. Here's the answer for question 18. You insert the minus 2 plus root 5 by minus 4 plus 4 by minus 2 plus root 5 minus 1. You multiply out the minus 2 plus root 5 by the minus 2 plus root 5. You have 4 times minus 2 which is minus 8. 4 times root 5 is 4 root 5. Take away 1. Then you multiply out minus 2 by minus 2 to get 4. You get minus 2 root 5, minus 2 root 5, and then root 5 by root 5 is 5. And then you underline all the regular numbers, and you show the examiner it turns out to be 0. Then you underline all the surds, which is minus 2 root 5, minus 2 root 5, which is minus 4 root 5, minus 4 root 5 plus 4 root 5 is 0, so you end up with 0 on both sides. This verifies that minus 2 plus root 5 is a solution of this equation. We're now doing question 20. So, once again, to verify that this is a solution, you leave x blank, and you substitute the answer they give you first. So the answer they give us is 2 minus root 3. It is the answer if it turns it into 0. So 2 minus root 3 by 2 minus root 3. Minus 8. Yes, Connor?
Would there actually be something like that in examples for like a trick question? So like it says verify that, but it doesn't actually work.
Yeah, it can ask. It will change that. The question will say investigate if, and then it will say you'll check it out, and if it doesn't balance, investigate if means it could work or it might not work.
Yeah.
Verify or show that means it's definitely going to work. Okay. So 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 root 3, minus 2 root 3, root 3 by root 3 is 3, minus 8 plus 4 root 3 plus 1. Once again, do the underlining technique. 4, 3, and 1. Take away the 8 is 0. Minus 4 root 3 plus 4 root 3 will be 0. So you verified your answer. Everybody cool with that? So we did 13, 16, 18, and 20.